The Lion King is the latest Disney blockbuster to get the video game treatment. It's due out on 8 formats. This is what it looks like on the SNES. You play Simba the Lion Cub as he leaps around 12 levels of beautifully animated platform adventures. It's not all fun and frolics though. There are some mean baddies in here, like these hyenas in the elephant's graveyard.
Basketball stars are cropping up in the most unlikely of places these days. Here's Shaquille O'Neal, featuring in the world's first beat-em-up featuring an NBA superstar. It's called Shaq Fu and it's for the Mega Drive and SNES. The huge Shaquille performed his own martial arts stunts for digitising into the game, so imagine a kick from a size 22 boot. Ouch. Meanwhile, Michael Jordan makes his video game debut in an arcade adventure called Chaos in the Windy City. An evil scientist has captured the NBA's best players, and Jordan has to rescue them, using his athletic skills and some pretty nifty basketball power-ups.
The battle for your Christmas pennies is hotting up, with the big boys announcing their plans this week. For a penny under £130, you can choose between Virtua Racing with a Mega Drive from this weekend, or the much-acclaimed Donkey Kong Country with a SNES from December the 2nd.
Go, Fang, go! Come on! Up! Hey! Up! Right. Right! That is it! I've had it up to here with you. I've given you every opportunity to learn show jumping and you've showed no interest at all. So, come here. Over here we go, yes. In there for you. Tighten this up a bit. Hello, slimy furtlers. I didn't see you there for a minute. On with the cheats. This one is for Bubsy the Bobcat on the SNES. It lets you skip to the penultimate level. Simply type in BTC LMB like that, select, down to exit, press start, and there we are, Lethal Wooly! Hey! Ah! Fang! Oh no! Fang! Oh, Fang! Nice Fang! I wasn't really going to catapult you.
Oh, well, I hope Fang gets him, and cue Violet.
This is a very special game. It's called Magic Carpet and it's going to be huge. It starts off as a flight sim, then it becomes an arcade shoot-'em-up and strategy game all rolled into one. The story is simple. A catastrophe has split the world into separate realms. You're a wizard whose task it is to restore these kingdoms so you can rule over them. You have several enemies, like bees and dragons, and the other wizards. These wizards can be controlled by up to 7 other people all playing on their computers. Now to play the game, first of all you have to get your bearings, then you have to build your base. You just zoom up, you can see it, and you just build your castle and watch your base grow. There are 32 incredible spells. This is a spell selection screen. I've just selected volcanoes. Now watch this. Oh, there it is. Spectacular. Oh, I have to back right up to see that. It's so tall. Now, fireballs. I've also selected fireballs. These are pretty lethal. But if we go back, I'll show you my absolute favourite. I'll just select it. There you go. Earthquake. Now, if I find myself a nice little bit of land. Oh, here we go. Rending the ground asunder. If you're listening in surround sound, you'll know that this game features it because you can hear the enemies coming up behind you before you can see them.
Boo. Yeah, but I'm not in surround sound, so you can't. The team that brought you Magic Carpet are also responsible for PC games you'll know, like Syndicate, Populous, and this year's big hit, Theme Park. Games like this take an enormously long time to develop, and the head of programmers on Magic Carpet and the others is this man here, Peter Molyneux.
Hi.
Welcome to Bad Influence.
Thank you.
Some of the early software you brought to show us,
Yeah.
this is kind of stuff that you started with and then rejected. What did you reject first,
Well,
as it were?
this was about 3 years ago, and as you can see, although it's fairly smooth and you are travelling over a landscape, there's too many blocks there, and if you look at this door there, it just flickers too much.
Yeah.
So we rejected that.
So that one was out of the window.
Yeah.
So where did you go to next then?
Okay, let me just show you that. So with this technique, you can see that the ground is actually much, much smoother, but we couldn't have the range of colours that we needed to show above land. So we switched it to below water, but we really still weren't happy with it.
Okay, so that went out of the window as well. So what do we get to next?
So we start again, and I'll just move to that now. Now with this technique here, you can see a lot of the Magic Carpet elements coming in. We've got the landscape, we've got the sea and the coast, and these trees. When you're programming initially, you have to grab graphics from absolutely anywhere.
Yeah, those are Populous trees,
you're
aren't they?
right.
You've nicked those. How many years ago is this?
This is about a year ago.
Okay, and there's no gameplay here though, is there?
No, absolutely none at all. That's where the problems really start, and we have to we've got the engine, we have to squeeze a game in there, and we do that by just testing and playing and testing and playing.
Okay, well, it's been very interesting seeing the game in development. Thank you very much indeed for coming in. The big test, of course, will come when the Bad Influence review panel get their sweaty mitts on it. That will be in mid-November. In the meantime, here's what they thought of a couple of this week's new releases.
He's back, that Aussie demon Taz, spinning and whirling his way through a plethora of planets as he tries to escape the evil clutches of Marvin the Martian, who's imprisoned him on Mars. Here's Angela.
The aim of the game is to rescue Taz, but who'd want to? I'd leave him there. I've seen it all before. If you've seen the first game, you'll probably find this very familiar. It's boring because it's so much like the first. There's a few new moves where he can bounce off walls, and the little nice touch where he eats a box of rocks, rubs his tummy, rolls his eyes, but it doesn't add to the playability. Despite the nice graphics, it's a very dull and annoying game.
It's an old game with new levels. It's really poor, and whoever wrote it needs to be sent to Tasmania.
It looks nice, but there's just nothing new here, so you can't be bothered to keep playing.
And the scores for Taz, Escape from Mars, the girls gave it a not worth bothering with 2 out of 5, and the boys gave it a catastrophic 1 out of 5.
Meet Kid Chaos, who stars in a new platform adventure on the Amiga. The kid's a bit of a thug. He's a caveman who's been thrust into another dimension and kitted out with a nifty skinhead outfit. Now he must bash his way through 20 levels so he can get back home to prehistoric times. Does Kid Chaos have that magic fun factor? Here's Lee.
This didn't appeal to me at first because it looks a bit babyish, but it is a top quality game once you get into it. There's a really destructive character. Basically, he goes around bashing everything he sees. The music and sound effects are brilliant and they really add to the gameplay. It's really easy just to pick up and play. But I think the programmers have overdosed on Sonic a bit. This is a bonus level. You get extra weapons and it's great fun. It also adds a new style of gameplay. This will give you a good challenge. It's one of the best ever platform games I've played on the Amiga.
I didn't really like this. It's just an average platformer with no real surprises.
I didn't like the main character very much. He's a miserable looking thug, but it's a really playable game.
And the scores for Kid Chaos, the girls gave it an average 3 out of 5, and from the boys, thumbs up with 4.
Oh, hello, slimy furtlers. Still not managed to find Fang yet, so I suppose I better get on with today's last cheat. It's a level code for humans on the Game Boy, and it takes you to the last but one level. Just enter NJHN on the password screen. There you go, code correct, and you get to level 18. Phew. So, that's all the cheats for today, Furtlet. Oh, let go! Stop, will you? Just let go, Fang!
And next week, Fang will be taking over the cheat section. Last week's competition prize was a 3DO and game. We asked you how long it took the light from the sun to reach the Earth to the nearest minute. The answer is 8 minutes. We had 16,000 entries, and the lucky winner is Robert Stevens from Stockton-on-Tees. Well done. 10 runners-up get Bad Influence t-shirts. Their names are going along the bottom of the screen now.
This week's competition prize is a SNES with a copy of Stunt Race FX, and the question is as follows. Who won the British 1994 Formula 1 Grand Prix? If you know, call us on 0891 555 999. The call will cost you no more than 25p, but do please get permission from whoever pays the phone bill before you dial, because you can't win if you don't get permission. And cue on, Violet.
That's it for this week, but we leave you now with a real exclusive, a sneak preview of the next game from the Magic Carpet people. Working title, Biosphere. This is the future.
Run credits and VT, goodbye.
Bye.
Marvellous. You were very, very good indeed. Yeah, we must do lunch, you know. Get your people to call my people. In fact, why don't your people have lunch with my people before you and I have lunch?
Well, anyway, there was one bit, lovely, that I thought that you weren't quite so good, though. So.
Oh, really? Oh, I see. I see, that's the way it's working. I see how this program's shaping up.